Tonight, we may soon see a major insurance rate hike in California. We'll show you why.
Plus, a wolf emergency. Why Modoc County says the problem is getting worse. But first, a bill to avert a government shutdown clears a key hurdle. That's straight ahead.
Well, it was just about an hour or so ago that the U.S. Senate passed a 6-month funding bill, hours before the midnight deadline to avert a partial government shutdown.
It's now headed to President Trump to be signed into law. 10 Democrats joined with Republicans to clear the 60-vote threshold needed to advance the measure. The 6-month spending bill overcoming sharp Democratic opposition in a 54-46 vote. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer defended the decision to pass this bill.
I will vote to keep the government open. I believe it is the best way to minimize the harm that the Trump administration will do to the American people. Clearly, this is a Hobson's choice. The CR is a bad bill. But as bad as the CR is, I believe allowing Donald Trump to take even much more power via a government shutdown is a far worse option.
Congressman Doug LaMalfa voted yes on the bill when it was in the House, saying there's good money in it to support Sites Reservoir. President Donald Trump visited the Justice Department today.
Which, of course, is the same law enforcement agency that brought 2 historic prosecutions against him. Well, in today's speech, the president said the Biden-era DOJ was weaponized to attack him. He promised to demand accountability for wrongs and abuses that occurred. Dozens of prosecutors who worked on investigations stemming from January 6 have been fired.
Our predecessors turned this Department of Justice into the Department of Injustice, but I stand before you today to declare that those days are over and they are never going to come back.
The president also talked about progress toward a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia and cracking down on immigration.
New developments. California's insurance commissioner has given the go-ahead for a State Farm request to raise rates by about 22% for homeowners with conditions. The insurer will have to justify the rate hike in a public hearing next month. State Farm says costs from the Los Angeles wildfires necessitate the increase. Commissioner Ricardo Lara also called on State Farm to halt non-renewals. Lara says doing so will increase transparency.
New developments. SpaceX just an hour ago launched a crew of astronauts into Earth orbit on a mission to bring astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore back home to Earth. And if all goes according to plan, Williams and Wilmore will climb aboard that same spacecraft and head back Wednesday. Williams and Wilmore have been on the space station now for the last 9 months, since June. They were supposed to be there just, of course, for a week, as we've been saying, so fingers crossed.
Right, I got lost watching that video of
amazing.
Did you watch it live today?
I did.
Yeah.
And watching the booster land back down again.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Well, former central banker Mark Carney was sworn in today as Canada's new Prime Minister. Carney replaces Justin Trudeau, who announced his resignation in January, but remained in power until the Liberal Party elected a new leader. A general election is expected in the near future. Canada's governing Liberal Party was facing predictions of election defeat this year, but tides shifted after President Trump's tariffs and his comments about annexing Canada as the 51st state. An airplane scare involving a fire and an emergency landing. What we know about how this happened.
And why the U.S. Post Office has some major job cuts coming.
We're getting a little break from the rain tomorrow. I'll tell you what you need to know next.
You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
All day long, we have been flooded, no pun intended, with amazing photos and videos sent by all of you out there. Some of you depicting this, what looks like a winter wonderland, you might say, although we have to be careful. Is that a deer or a dog?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, but these are from our, we're very grateful for you citizen journalists out there sharing these images with us. Pretty amazing.
It's, oh, there it is. Is that a sheep? It's a sheep. I don't know, but yeah, this
bad
is nice,
decision
clean.
to be out in the snow.
Yeah,
Just bad on TV.
Okay, moving right along. Let's see if we have Any more headed our way, Sade?
Yeah, so let's have a look at our satellite and radar. So this is showing our area currently right now. So look at that. So if you look in the ridge foothills, there's definitely still getting some snow right now. Chico is not getting any snow. They're mostly just getting some clouds, but they will be getting some wet weather in about the next 40 minutes. That rain should be starting at about 6 p.m., going until about 8, and then by 9 we should be clear. Now this is a look at our future cast. This is showing 7 p.m. Like I was just saying, by 6, that rain is going to start. So this is showing that right here. In Chico, we're going to be mostly cloudy, but we will have some showers over here, mostly in the Red Bluff area, kind of near Highway 99. As you look over here, we have some more in the Redding area, some blue and rain and purple mixtures. That's what that means, is purple and blue right here in the Mount Shasta area. And then, of course, we have some rain here on our coast. As I advance to showing 8 p.m., now this is showing Saturday at 1 p.m. So we're looking at some cloudy conditions for the valley area. Foothills will remain with that snow over here with those snow levels. And then Mount Shasta will still have some snow levels as well. As I continue on, that snow starts to die down by 8 p.m. So unfortunately, that winter wonderland won't be around too long. It should be kind of drying out a little bit, but we are seeing a few little sprinkles of some snow here and there. And then by 10 p.m., still looking pretty nice. And then by 5 p.m., we're seeing most of that rain mostly in the Redding, Mount Shasta area. The valley area is looking pretty clear overall. This is a look at our future wind gust. So for Saturday at 5 p.m., the highest that the wind gust will get up to for the valley is 24 miles per hour. Foothills will get around 17 miles per hour, and then our mountains will get around 24 miles per hour. As I continue on, this is showing Sunday at 8:30. The highest that the wind gusts will get up to for the valley is 36 miles per hour. Foothills will reach around 22 miles per hour for those wind speeds, and then our mountains will reach around 30 miles per hour. Now, this is a look at our low temperatures for tonight. The valley is going to be in the 40s range, foothills will be in the 30s to 40s range, and then our mountains will be in the 30s to 40s range. This is a look at our 7-day forecast. So for Chico, we had a 100% chance of rain. Saturday, we're going to be cloudy. Sunday, we're going to have some showers as well, and we're going to also have some showers for St. Patrick's Day. And then for Redding, Redding is also going to have some weather today, some wet weather for today and throughout the weekend, but then on Tuesday they start to dry out. And I'll break that down more as we get throughout our newscast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sade. Well, Dr. Oz testifies before Congress. We'll hear from President Trump's pick to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
But first, how California is honoring some of women's most impactful contributions to the law.
The U.S. Postal Service is teaming up with DOJ to cut 10,000 positions.
Postmaster General Luis DeJoy says USPS agreed to bring on DOJ representatives to identify wasteful spending. In a letter, DeJoy listed several other cost-cutting measures that he's taken since becoming Postmaster General in 2021, when the service was on the verge of bankruptcy. USPS was saved by a $107 billion taxpayer bailout back in 2023.
We're learning more about that scary plane fire at Denver International Airport we told you about last night. That was that American Airlines flight that caught fire there on the ground in Denver. Everyone did get out alive, but some were trapped on the wing as they escaped as that fire burned. The flames erupted below the engine of the Boeing aircraft after it had diverted to Denver. The FAA says the crew reported engine vibrations after taking off from Colorado Springs. They were actually headed for Dallas, but again, they went to Denver because of the emergency. 172 passengers and 6 crew members were on board.
We landed and it was fine, everything was fine, but then the minute we landed it was like smoke started filling the cabin and people started kind of screaming and pushing and jumping up and yelling, and there were people saying, "Don't push, don't push."
The FAA is now investigating what is the latest in a string of air scares and 2 terrifying crashes since late January. The airport says at least 12 people were taken to area hospitals with minor injuries.
Happening tomorrow, an open day at the Tehama Shooters Association range. Range safety officers will be present and firearms representatives will also be on site. It runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Manton Road and Paynes Creek.
Butte County's sheriff talks immigration enforcement, what he's saying about what the policy will be.
Plus, a local emergency in our area due to wolves. We show you what's happening in Modoc County. But first, continuing our coverage of severe stormy weather, an update on conditions in 2 minutes.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
We are tracking that winter weather storm with low-level snow falling across a lot of our area.
That's right. Sade Pullen is tracking the latest conditions for this Friday night. So what are we looking at? We're getting into the weekend here. Are we going to see any relief?
So a little bit of a relief tomorrow for the Chico area. Redding, not so much. They will get some rain tomorrow. So let's have a look at our temperatures right now. So Chico currently is at 46 degrees with wind speeds about 13 miles per hour. So pretty gustly. Those wind speeds will be picking up a little bit tonight, but will be pretty moderate. We have Redding at 42 degrees. They're having some calm winds right now, which is really great for them. We have Red Bluff also at almost at 50 degrees. Currently, I know it doesn't say it, and their wind speeds are pretty calm as well. And then, of course, we have Oroville at 53 degrees. They're not getting rain right now. They're just getting some cloudy temperatures or cloudy conditions right now, and their wind speeds are 10 miles per hour currently. So let's have a look at our 24-hour temperature degree change. So we had a little bit of a change for Chico at -4, Oroville at, Chico at -7, Oroville's at -4, and then we have Redding at -10. And this is a look at our temperatures for tomorrow. So mostly for the valley and foothills, we're going to be in the 50s to 60s range, with Oroville being the only outlier at 60 degrees. And I'll break that down more as we get throughout our newscast. Back to you.
Thanks, Sade. Modoc County declared a local emergency because of an increased wolf threat.
The emergency resolution says that wolves have shown a lack of fear towards humans, attacking livestock near homes. It also says that the wolves killed the cattle without feeding on them, suggesting reasons beyond hunger. It says that this behavior poses an imminent danger to local livestock producers and families. The resolution also says 6 cattle and 1 sheep have been attacked. DNA tests have confirmed wolves killed the sheep and 4 cattle. DNA tests are pending on the other 2 cattle. The county has sent a letter to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife asking for help and to consider either euthanizing or relocating the problem wolves.
New tonight, Yuba City police officers arrested a woman. They say they found a puppy in her suitcase. Officers got a call about a woman carrying a suspicious bag yesterday, and the caller saying that it looked like something was trying to get out of it. Well, officers rushed out to the scene and they located and took that puppy and arrested that woman for animal cruelty.
Butte County's sheriff is working out the best way to handle conflicting state and federal laws that could make it tough to deal with requests from federal immigration officials. This week, Sheriff Corey Honey presented to the Board of Supervisors. He talked about the matter, and he brought up California Assembly Bill 2792. That bill aims to protect undocumented immigrants by barring law enforcement from asking about immigration status and preventing some inmate handoffs to ICE agents. Sheriff Honey said there may be an issue if ICE agents try to serve administrative warrants that aren't issued by judges, and that's because state law requires a judge to sign off if local officers want to enter someone's home or property.
It prevents local law enforcement agencies in California from acting as immigration agents. The act was also purported to enhance trust between immigrant communities and local law enforcement.
Now, Sheriff Honey told supervisors that when on the fence or unsure, he will make a decision in the best interest of public safety.
New tonight, the Yuba County Probation Department held a graduation celebrating the success of 11 people who completed the department's substance abuse treatment program. They also congratulated 6 people who earned high school diplomas. It's part of the Recovery Families program and aims to prioritize balancing accountability in the justice system with treatment-based alternatives to create lasting change. The program provides services like substance abuse counseling, mental health therapy, and regular check-ins. New developments for the man accused of setting a backfire in an area under evacuation orders under the Thompson fire area last year. He waived his right to a jury trial. Harold Pulley was in court yesterday for his trial readiness conference. His jury trial was set to begin March 24th, but instead he will have a court trial with the judge on May 13th. Witnesses told investigators that Pulley set fire to vegetation off Oro Quincy Highway using a propane torch. Because of a prior strike, he could face 12 years behind bars. California is expanding collaboration with NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab to improve air and water monitoring.
Governor Gavin Newsom says that they will use cutting-edge technologies to increase data on water and air quality, which will protect communities surrounding the Palisades and Eaton fire burn scars. The JPL is the largest employer of those impacted by the Eaton fire. Nearly 200 people lost their homes or were displaced because of fire damage. Dr. Mehmet Oz testified before the Senate today in a confirmation hearing seeking to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. In the hearing, Oz promised to fight healthcare fraud and push to make Americans healthier, but the former heart surgeon and TV personality dodged several opportunities today to say broadly whether he would oppose cuts to Medicaid. Oz talked about his priorities if he's confirmed to the position.
All great societies protect their most vulnerable. And I would argue we are a great people. With that in mind, I commit to doing whatever I can, working tirelessly to ensure that CMS provides Americans with access to superb care, especially Americans who are most vulnerable, our young, our disabled, and our elderly.
The Senate committee will vote later on whether to advance Dr. Oz's nomination to the full Senate.
New tonight, California's top prosecutor announced $1 million Sham Health Insurance Plan settlement. Sham Health, that is. Attorney General Rob Bonta says this Sedera Inc. and Sedera Medical cost-sharing companies violated state law by advertising and selling sham health insurance plans to over 2,000 Californians. Bonta says as part of the settlement, the company cannot sell, market, or operate any health plans in the state of California. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is looking into whether a top DEI activist helped minorities cheat on FAA entry exams. It's linked to a report originating from an audio clip from 2014 obtained by the Daily Mail. It captured Sheldon Snow, an air traffic operations supervisor, hinting that he would give out answers to exam questions. A former member of the National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees told reporters, quote, "I know several people who cheated, and I know several people who are controlling planes as we speak." Duffy says if these allegations turn out to be true, quote, "swift accountability will come."
Coming up new at 6, money is heading to boost safety for Shasta County drivers. We'll show you how. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard announced she is aggressively pursuing people within the intelligence community who have leaked information to legacy media outlets.
Gabbard said leakers violated the law by providing reporters with classified information about American foreign policy. In one case, she said a leaker was sharing classified info with the Huffington Post, but didn't specify on what topic. In another example, Gabbard referenced unauthorized leaks on Iran and Israel to the Washington Post. There's growing evidence that good oral health can be beneficial for our hearts and brains. Research suggests that gum disease could trigger chronic inflammation, which could lead to the development of certain enzymes, making it easier for toxins and other bacteria to cross from the blood into the brain and other organs. One study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease shows that people who floss regularly had a lower risk of developing cognitive issues like Alzheimer's than those who did not.
Water picks are better than nothing. Mouthwash is not a substitute because what you're really doing is mechanically removing the bacteria and some of the plaque that is building up between the teeth, and there's really no replacement for something like flossing.
The American Dental Association recommends you floss regularly, visit a dentist twice a year, and avoid smoking. The ADA says fluoride toothpaste is a good idea, but new NIH leadership warns against fluoride use, citing concerns about cognitive development in children. Utah is poised to become the first state to prohibit fluoride in public water systems.
Tomorrow, a doggy dash fun run to support a local animal shelter is set to take place. Haven Humane Society is hosting a 5K and community fair. The event will take place at Lake Redding Pavilion, and the run starts at 10 a.m. In addition to the run, the free community fair will have activities for the whole family, including doggy paw print art, doggy bandana decorating, and local vendors. The fair will be up and running 9 to 1 p.m. I think that the humans will love it. I hope that the dogs do too.
Yeah, I hope so, and I hope that we get a little bit of a break in the rain. Tomorrow's looking better than today, and I know that my dogs have no problem going outside in the rain, so, I mean, as long as you have an umbrella and maybe some rubber boots, hey, sounds like fun.
Even for the dogs, right? Yeah. NorCal Roller Girls are holding a bout to score big for the local nonprofit.
The Roller Girl team is taking on the Basin Bombers at Cal Skate and Chico Saturday night to raise money for Home and Heart. The agency matches adults with rooms to share with other adults in need of affordable housing, especially seniors. The roller derby match takes place at 7:30 Saturday night. Doors open at 7. There will be a raffle, arcade games, a beer garden, vendors, food, and maybe even our sports director. I'm not sure. I got to check his schedule.
And we're having some cooling temperatures for tomorrow. A little break for the rain for Chico. I'll tell you what you need to know.
You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
There's a live look over Shasta County from the Alert California camera. This is near Lake Shastina.
Brr, cold out there no matter where you go in our area. And Sade is tracking conditions for us. It was wild out there earlier today, Sade. We saw some snow in the valley. What are we looking at as we get into Saturday?
So as we get into Saturday, there will be a little bit of snow, but mostly clouds. Then we're getting a little bit of a break. So let's have a look. This is a look over Hamilton City. Look at those clouds in that field, showing that green and yellow. Looks pretty nice out there. I wish I could just run through that field right now. So this is a look at our temperatures for tomorrow. So for the valley, we're going to be in the 50s to almost 60s range, with Willows Big at 61 degrees. For our foothills, we're going to be in the 40s to 50s range, and then our mountains are going to be in the 40s to 50s range as well. So pretty average temperatures for tomorrow. The Chico area will be getting a little bit of a break from that rain tomorrow, but Redding will be having some rain, so be prepared for that. For the next 14 hours in the mountains is what you can expect. So by 6 p.m., it'll be 38 degrees. From 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m., it will remain 36 degrees. And then from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., we're looking at 36 degrees. So pretty consistent temperatures. The only really peak I'm seeing is at 6 p.m. here at 38 degrees. And by 8 p.m., we're looking at some partly sunny, partly cloudy conditions for the mountains. Rain will be there, but just most so drizzle, not too much going on. This is a look at our dinner outside in the valley. So by 6 p.m., we're going to have some showers at 50 degrees. That 50-degree temperature remains until 7 p.m. as well. And then we will also have some showers at 8 p.m. at 49 degrees. So definitely be careful when you're getting off of work, traveling back home. Be careful, there are those slick roads and things of that nature. So this is a look at our temperatures for tomorrow. So at 6 a.m., we're going to be at 44 degrees in the valley. By 9 p.m., we're going to be 46 degrees. By noon tomorrow, we're going to be at 53 degrees. And then by 3 p.m., we reach our peak at 57 degrees. 6 p.m., we're going to have 56 degrees. So we will see a couple of showers around like 3, 4 in the morning, but by 6, those showers are completely gone, and we're looking at some cloudy conditions more so for the valley. For the Sierra Cascades at 6 a.m. it's going to be 36 degrees. 9 a.m. it'll be 37 degrees. By noon, it'll be 42 degrees. And then by 3 p.m., we're starting to see some showers coming in at 44 degrees. And then by 6 p.m., we're looking at 43 degrees with that rain still remaining. But at least for 6 and 9 a.m., we're looking at a little bit of a break. So definitely something you want to take note of. This is a look at our 7-day forecast. So for today in Chico, we had a 100% chance of rain. We should be getting some showers relatively soon, around 6 p.m. By Saturday, tomorrow, we're looking at 20% chance of rain. So those rains will be mostly in the early morning, like I was saying, around 2 to about 3 in the morning, about maybe even 5. But those showers stop by 6 p.m. And then Redding is also going to have some wet weather too for Saturday and Sunday, and that continues on to tomorrow and Monday. But we dry out for Tuesday. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Sade. The Redding Rodeo Association gave us a peek at its Rodeo Week festivities today. The Redding Rodeo is a 77-year tradition now. The Rodeo Association says it supports the community and brings about $8 to $10 million in economic impact to the Redding area each year. Rodeo officials say that coming up April 5th, it will hold its 3rd annual Redding Rodeo Scholarship Bowling Tournament, and that is the rodeo itself is happening May 14th through the 17th.
It'll be here before you know it.
Yep.
The Chico State Wildcats battle for supremacy in the West. Sports is next.
Chico State Wildcat men's and women's basketball team. What's that? Oh, shoot. Sorry. Check. 1, 2. Now can you hear me? Check. 1, 2. Yeah. You don't want to listen to my pocket? Yeah, I
The Action News Now Sports Desk, brought to you by your California Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com.
Well, the Chico State men's and women's basketball teams kicked off the weekend in the NCAA West region today.
Sports director Matthew Kerr-Wilson joins us in studio. So, Matthew, the women favored coming into this game, right?
No, they weren't.
Oh.
They actually weren't favored. The men were favored coming in. The women were not. The women had quite a game. Revenge is sweet. And in a stunning upset during the NCAA Division II women's basketball tournament on March 14th, that's today, the Chico State Wildcats defeated the Cal Poly Pomona Broncos 57-52 in overtime. The Wildcats' resilience was on full display as they fought through regulation and into overtime. A pivotal moment came in the extra period when Chico State hit a crucial three-pointer, seizing the lead with just 9.5 seconds remaining. Chico State moving on, clapping back, and are headed to Pittsburgh, which everybody knows Pittsburgh this time of year is absolutely beautiful. So it was a back-and-forth battle in San Diego, both teams trading punches down the stretch. JoJo Murphy once again led the charge, pouring in points, and Chico State, keeping Chico State in striking distance for the entire game. Trey Taylor dominated the glass as he usually does, securing another double-double performance. And Chico State had their chances late, but turnovers and clutch shot making from Central Washington proved to be the difference. But Central Washington's execution was on full display, and the closing minutes, that's when the clutch time really came through.
We had an amazing season, but I feel like next year will be just a lot easier because we know what we're coming into, like we said. And Coach kept saying we dealt with a lot of adversity, and he's done a great job, just keeping our minds straight and, keeping us focused and trying to tune out all the noise. So I think going into next year without all the noise and the extra stuff, as long as we don't get a new head coach all of a sudden.
Chico State Wildcats, and what a season Kevin Metter has had in his debut season as interim head coach of the Wildcats. He led the team to an impressive 24-6 record, runner-up finish at the CCA championship, and a 3-seed in the NCAA tourney, which 3 seeds are very valuable. Although Central Washington stole a nail-biter from Chico 82-79, the season was a success. And let's just say they have a lot of talent returning in JoJo Murphy and Trey. So Central Washington moving on to play Cal State Dom Hills, and Chico State women, they're moving on. 1 for 2.
Good.
Hey, Chico State's got a really great vibe going right now with their basketball, and they look strong.
Yeah, thanks, Matthew.
All right, well, caught on camera, a bear enjoying the snowy weather that we've been seeing. That's straight ahead.
Yes, microphone check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more live shot in Happy Valley.
Caught on camera, a bear enjoying the change in the weather in our area. Take a look at this.
I thought they were still sleeping, but
Yeah.
no, not. Thanks to citizen journalist Alyssa Brock, we have this video that proves that the long nap is over. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I know that bears, yes, of course you need to be careful. You shouldn't attract bears to your home and your property, but I mean, they're from the TV screen, really fun to watch.
Yeah.
He looks like he's having so much
What,
fun.
what do you allow a bear to do in your backyard? Anything it wants
Right,
to
he
do.
looks like a little kid up there in Magalia. Sade, and we saw snow in Magalia, even lower in Paradise. What's this weekend looking like?
So there will be a little bit of snow still tomorrow, but that will be kind of drying out. We're going to get more so rain on Sunday, but we are getting a break from the rain tomorrow. So let's have a look. Today we're at 100% chance of rain. Saturday we're going to have a little bit of rain in the early mornings, but besides that it's going to be cloudy. Sunday we're going to have some rain, and for St. Patrick's Day some rain too. Reading is also going to have some rain for tonight and tomorrow and Sunday.
All right.
That'll do it for Action News Now at 5. Stay right here for Action News Now at 6, coming up next. What camera am I coming out to? Yeah, let's